What's going on, everybody? It is Greg, and yes, finally back with another video. It's been a minute. I've been super busy. If you follow me on Instagram, you see I've been projects, parties, family stuff. It's been a lot. But we are, I guess we're back to making videos, I suppose. I kind of really wasn't going to anymore, but talked to Christian, and he's like, oh, you got to do it because you're gonna look back and hate yourself that you didn't record this process of the stuff that you're doing. So I'm gonna try. It slows me down a lot, and I just want to get things done because I don't really have the time with vacations coming up, bus stuff for the cars, the kid. It's just a lot. So not gonna have a lot of time to do, just car stuff all the time, but I'm gonna try and do the most that I can, I guess. So anyways, today I'm gonna start it. At least I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish, but we are gonna put a sub in the wife's car. I've had it for a while. Hold on, let me bring it out here so you guys can see it. Anyways, we have a 12-inch kicker comp in a wedge box, nice and small, nothing too crazy. With it being an open area situation, you don't not gonna need too much power for her to get this thing bumping. I'm gonna use the Scosche line out converter. I just did a system in the GLI. I used the kicker one. The problem with that is the amp that I'm using, one of the old ones that I have, it doesn't have a remote bass knob, so I'm in there constantly like adjusting the bass levels for up and down. But I plan on getting another amp soon that has a bass knob, a remote bass knob, so I can adjust it on the fly. This one, however, does have the remote bass knob with it. The only drawback of this is you actually have to get power to this one. The kicker one that I put in my car, you don't need a power source. You just need to ground it and get signal from wherever, which in the GLI, if you have the Fender audio, I just tapped into the subwoofer wires, grounded it right there as well, and then just ran my RCAs right to that. There's no wiring for RCAs or anything that has to go up to the radio, so it's actually like the perfect thing for that. And it sends a 12-out remote signal just by receiving signal from the music. Don't ask me how, but it does it, and it works perfect. So there's that. So I'm gonna put that in the car. That's in there. As far as the amp goes, I'm not sure. Later on, I plan on probably buying 2 small amps for each car. I'm probably gonna put my MB Quart, my 4-channel MB Quart in there. This is what I had in the GTI. I had a, I don't even know what this is again. Oh, an old JL audio that sounded pretty good. So I could go to that or use the MB Quart, something like that. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I got a kicker one too. I don't even know how much this is. 250 by 1. This might actually probably go in there. Who knows? Anyways, that's not important. What's important is starting and getting at least most of the wiring done, so I can get everything in at least today and tomorrow and be done with that. We have another treat for her as well. I know, but Raceland sells a kit, coilovers for her car, which I'm gonna install. Why I go with Raceland? Because I read all the reviews and a lot of people are liking their stuff now. Like back in the day, their stuff was pretty much garbage. So I'm gonna give these a try. If they don't ride good in the first month or so, they're going back. It is what it is. But I have faith that they're gonna be good because I'm pretty sure they're built in the same factory as other things like maybe SolarWorks and stuff like that, just a different color. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, updates on other things. Yes, Christine is still here. She's still sitting there. I do need to work on her, but she's on hold because this has taken up now majority of our time. We made a lot of purchases and upgrades to the garage. Got a new compressor, new air hose reel, some more metal for the rockers. We have, this just came in today, the front nose of the bus. I'm converting it from the 73 front to the 72 front, which has the lower lights on the bottom. I've also started test fitting the quarter panels and the rear sections, which is coming along pretty good. Here's the thing, I have no idea really what I'm doing, but my plan is to just make the panels fit as close and as tight as possible and just go from there and watch as much videos as I can on fitting and welding body panels. That's the best I can do, because I went and got kind of like a quote from the guy that builds like the best ones in Orlando apparently, and it was gonna be a lot. Let's just say it was gonna be more than even one of these fully restored would be worth to do the metal work. So I do it myself, and whenever it's done, it's done. So, but I got the panels on. They don't look terrible. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fit. My plan now is to cut. What I'll do is I'll just cut here at a 45-degree angle, which will create a small little gap to put the panels in and spot weld and go from there. So that's there. The nose came today, which is sick, by the way. We have all the metal and everything else for the front of the bus, so that's gonna be interesting when we get to that point. Let's see, this piece I have down here, this piece that goes across the top here is on order, but it won't ship until the end of August, they said. So there's that. I just found out, because this piece is here and it's a 73, this needs to come off, and I have to order probably 2 more pieces of metal down below. So that's got to get done. We have the floor, we have both dog legs. Yeah. I took this panel off today, realizing this is probably gonna have to get cut out and redone, because there's so many holes here and this is all rusty. I doubt I'll be able to weld to this. So this is gonna be trash. I'm gonna have to get the window kit and do it on both sides. And maybe for the rear hatch as well. There's rust and holes on that. But anyway, we're moving and shaking on that. That's gonna take up majority of my time from now until forever. When it's done, it's done. But like I said, I'm just gonna record the more detailed things for the Tiguan, because I mean, everybody's put a system in. There's millions and millions of videos on how to do that on YouTube already. Like, whatever wires I pick, I'll let you guys know. That way, if you have one or whatever the case may be, you can pick those wires. So let's get started. Okay, real quick. So what you have to do is, if you've never done this before, there's the two little pieces that are on top of the dash on top of your radio. You just pry them up. One you leave connected, because that's your airbag light. If you disconnect that, you're gonna have a fault, which we don't want. You can disconnect the hazard signal, the hazard button, for a little bit more room, but the other one just has a little clip that's covering the spot where you'll see two no, they're here, 2 T20s. Take those out, and you can just pry up the bottom of the dash surround, pull that out, and then the radio has 4 T20s that hold the radio in, and then you have the back of the wiring. From the wiring online, all these are your speaker wires here. Let's see. Power. I think 17 and 18 are power. It's not really super clear as to what's what, but I'm pretty sure 17 and 18, which are these 2 big ones here, are power and ground. As you can see, it just shows basically what it is. Microphone, reversing camera, all that stuff that we're not going to use. For external audio source, if you have, I guess, like a CD player or something, I'm not sure. But we're gonna leave all this other stuff alone and just deal with the power here, the speaker signal, and then I'll test to see which one's gonna give me power and ground right there, and then tap into there, and then we'll be done with hooking up the line out converter. We'll connect the remote wire here to the extra remote wire. I'll run it down to the back, and then we'll throw in the bass knob, which will run all the way down to just right here underneath the dash, and then run the RCAs up to the radio, and then we're good. I like to run the power wire on this side because most Volkswagens have the battery here, and then I'll run the RCA wire on the opposite side of the vehicle for no chance of engine noise. So let me knock all this out. All right, everything's tapped in. I don't like stripping and cutting wires because you shouldn't do that. So these wire taps right here will suffice. You just clip them onto the existing wire and press down and it locks in. Bam, done. All the connections are done. I'm getting 12 volts with the radio on at the remote, which is perfect, exactly what I need. So I'll run the remote wire, the control knob, and the RCAs from here down where they need to go, run them to the back. I'll do the RCA first, and then when I get to the power wire, I'll bring and run all of everything else down the bottom here. Clean installation, you won't see anything, into the back, and then we'll pick an amp, wire it up, see if it works. If not, pick another one. If not, then it is what it is. We'll find one. For sure, I know that JL Audio one works, so more than likely I'll just stick that one in the car for worst case and see what it does to this 12. It should play it perfectly good. Hold on, you guys are all smunched out. What's going on here? Anyway, it's not like she's gonna be basing out here because, like I said, with an open cabin, you don't need much to get a lot of sound out of here. Wires are pretty much ran. I gotta do the other side because for some reason I had flopped them, switched them, had the RCA coming out this way and the remote on that side, which isn't the way I like to do things. But I'm gonna run the RCA right now, and the one thing I really didn't want to happen, the plug popped out, so I'm gonna have to use the Carista right there and cancel the airbag warning, and then we're gonna mount the amp here, right here, to the sub, and then we're good. So plenty of daylight left. I'm gonna run the RCAs now and then put everything back together, hook up the connections in the front, and then we'll be good. Okay, so this is a prime example of what I was talking about earlier. Me just wanting to get things done, and I forget to stop and pick up the camera. All the wiring is pretty much done. I'm leaving that so I can set the gain on the line out converter. Amp is mounted. Speaker wires are run right here. This will get zip tied together for a nice clean look. Amp already has power. I tested it already. It powered up. As far as signal and does it play, that I can't say. I'm gonna put the box in now and see if we get some juice. Whether it does or not, I always have another amp that I know works for sure that I can put in, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna work and this is gonna be enough for her. So come up here and hook up my power inline fuse, and then we'll have power to the amp, and then we'll be good to go. All right, I was able to pretty much finish up. Radio's back in, under the hood is connected 100%. Only thing left to do is for me to tuck the wire from the base knob up in there, and then the double-sided tape for the knob itself. And in the hatch, just have the box to the side and the amp right there. So if anytime we need to move it out, we just flip the box over, disconnect it, boom, it's out. So it doesn't take up too much space, so everything worked good. And just so happenstance, kicker, so that works out good. I'm not 100% sold on this box. I don't think it's sealed here. I think this box was for a 10, and then they put this piece here for and fit a 12. So what I might do later on, either build a box specifically for this, something that might fit inside the little cubby holes here, or just put another panel on top of this and then rewrap the whole box so that it seals properly, because I don't think it's sealing 100%. But other than that, the car's good to go. Just gonna double side tape it. It's already getting kind of late, haven't eaten yet, and then that'll be it for this one. Hopefully you guys can see me. I don't know if you can, but if you can, hope you enjoyed the content. I'm gonna try and do more. The wife came out and she told me I pretty much have to document everything on the bus, so I guess I will be, no matter how long it takes me. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time in the garage. Peace.